Hi, and welcome to Tiger Art. Today we'll be looking more at the spiral shape. A spiral can be found in nature in a lot of different places, and we looked at a book last week that had pictures of those different things. Lots of animals follow spiraling shapes and plants as well. Even waves of water, we can trace spirals around them. Today we're going to be using something called a scratch board. And I gave you this in your art kit so that you'll have a scratch board and you'll have a little wood stick to use to scratch it. When handling a scratch board, it's important to handle it with care. You want to make sure that you don't accidentally scratch anywhere. What it is it's a piece of paper with a color on it, like a bright color. And then over top of it, there's this shiny black stuff. And you have to use the wood stick to scratch away and show the color that's underneath. But anything will scratch it. So if you run your fingernails across it, if you flip it upside down and run it across a table, it's going to scratch and those lines won't go away. The other thing to watch out for is fingerprint smudges. Your hands have oil in them, so your skin has oils, and that oil is important for protecting our skin, but it is not good for using a scratch board. If you were to smudge the surface of your scratch board, that oil makes it harder to scratch that part off. So when you go to draw a line, it may not draw as good. So just be careful when you handle it by the outside edges, and just handle it with care. Today we will be repeating what we did last week as practice, but today we'll be doing this on the scratch board. In your art kit, you should have a folded piece of white paper with a black piece inside that's shiny. Take that out carefully. This is called a scratch board. You will also need this wood stick that I gave you. If you don't have this, you could always use like the back of something else. Like if you used the back end of your paintbrush, you could probably scratch with that. Anything that scratches away the black, like even my tip of my finger, is going to make a mark on there, so be careful when you handle this. For today, we'll be mostly repeating the steps that we took last time. Why did we draw this on paper first if we were just going to do it on scratchboard afterwards? Well, because scratchboard you can't erase. Once you make a scratch in it, you can't cover it up. So you got to really know what you're doing. That's why we practice with paper and pencil first. If you made mistakes last week, guess what? That's a good thing. That's what you were supposed to do. You want to make your mistakes with paper and pencil so that you can kind of figure out what you're doing before you go at it with the more important and more expensive materials. Artists do this all the time. So our first step was to find the center with our index finger and make a small little dot. Then on that dot we were going to draw a small letter C. Then we rotate our page around and we draw another C, but it starts right here, and it's going to go and it's going to be twice as tall as this one. So this C, the size of that C needs to fit again down to like here, like this is the same size as that. So then you would draw your C going around that way. Then we rotate our page again, and that brings us back to this point on top, and now we need this to be twice the size of this. So this C that's now upside down would get repeated down, and it would probably be about to there. So this C needs to be much bigger to expand out that far. Rotate the page once again, and now this time we need to be that big, so you would need to come down all the way to here. Then we rotate it around again, and now this is going to be much bigger because that would be like all the way down to here. And then this last rotation, I can't copy that down here, so I would have to just go around till I get to about here. And then I would just draw a line that goes over to the edge. I'm going to draw my snail's head over here. And I'll draw a little tail piece over here. And then for the texture, we're going to find where this line is. And we're going to repeat it over and over. These should all point to the center. So as you get further around, it starts to change the angle of it. Okay, then on each one of these, you're just going to make a repeating texture like this. Mostly this looks finished, but I am going to add some extra details that make it pop. If I thicken the line going along the top of this, it's going to stand out. It looks like now there's a highlight on top, like the light is shining on this. I can also do that over here. Only on the top side. If you want to, you could choose to create another texture under here, kind of like this. Draw a line through the middle of these parts, and then repeat a diagonal line in there. Makes it look more 3D. And voila, the snail is complete. Take a picture of it and submit. Great job today.